Hello, scholars. I hope all is well with you. Today I am giving you the last part of section 6.6, which actually goes into section 6.7, which is how to use percentages to calculate what's known as simple interest. So simple interest is given using the formula you see on your screen. I equals P times R times T. So I represents interest. P is the principal. Principal is how much money you're either investing, how much the loan is that you're taking out, so on and so forth. R is the interest rate per year. Interest rate per year, which you have to give as a decimal. So for example, if your interest is 6%, you have to change it to 0.06. T is the time in years. So I want to be very clear. T is time in years. So if they tell you that the time is 6 years, absolutely no problem. You're good to go. But if they tell you that the time is 9 months, that's not good. In order to use that formula, the time has to be in years. So 9 months, you have to know that 1 year is equal to 12 months. So therefore, you would have to take 9 and divide it by 12 in order to use it. So 9 divided by 12 reduces to 3/4, which is 0.75 years. So that would be your T value. So it's very, very important that you understand that time has to be in years. But with that, let's go ahead and use the simple interest formula to solve some of our problems. Let's start with a very, very basic use of the formula. Find the simple interest earned on an account started with $1,000 and an interest rate of 4% after 2 years. So this problem is a very basic usage of the formula. You're starting the account with $1,000, so that means your principal is $1,000. At an interest rate of 4%, so R is equal to 4%, which you have to change to 0.04. 2 years, that's your time. And 2 is okay because it's already in years. So you've got your principal, your rate, and your time. You can go right ahead and find the interest. So I equals 1,000 times 0.04 times 2. Then after that, it becomes a calculator problem. It's literally a calculator problem. So that's $80. So your interest is $80. So example 13, basic usage of the simple interest formula. Example 14. And that should say 14. Reggie has $20,000 in a savings account that earns 2.5% annually. The interest is not compounded. What is the total amount in this account in 4 years? So the interest is not compounded. It's simply telling you to use simple interest. So there's no reason to get all bent out of shape about that. What is the total amount in this account? So total amount is equal to your original amount plus your interest. Your original amount plus your interest. So let's start solving the problem. Reggie has $20,000 in the account, so I is equal to 20,000. That earns 2.5% annually, so R is 2.5%, which has to be changed to years, and since it's already in years, we're good to go. Side note, most of the time it's already in years. It's very few times where you have to change it. So, we know that the original amount was $20,000. So in order to answer their question, we need to know the interest. That's cool. We have a formula for that. P times R times T. So we have 20,000 times 0.025 times 4. We let the calculator work its magic. And that's $2,000. So the interest is $2,000. So that means your total amount is 20,000 plus 2,000, $22,000. That's it. Problem done. That's that problem done. So when they're asking you for total amount, you just have to know that you have to take the original amount and add the interest to it. Original amount plus the interest. So let's work two examples in which now something is missing. Work a couple examples in which something is now missing. Example 15. Darnell deposited $800 in a savings account with simple interest at 6%. If he earned $120 in interest, how long was the money in there? So, read through the problem. We've got an 800, 6%, $120 in interest. How long was the money in there? So that's telling you, you don't know time. You don't know the time. But that means we do need to know everything else. So, formula is I equals P times R times T. I is the interest, which they told us was $120. P is the amount that was deposited, which is 800. R is the interest rate, 6%, which changes to 0.06. And therefore, time is what you don't know. So again, first step, read the problem. Second step, identify what you have, what goes where, and now we can solve the problem. So let's solve the problem. 800 times 0.06 is 48. So 120 equals 48 T. Then we still have to get T by itself. Divide both sides by 48. 48 drop out. So T is equal to 2.5 years. So it's going to take 2.5 years for Darnell to get $120 in interest. Not bad, provided that he doesn't touch the money in the account. So, last but not least, example 16. So we're going to do one more example in which something is missing. Melissa opened a bank account with a 9% interest rate. After 5 years, she got a statement saying that she had earned $14.40 in interest. how much did she originally put in the bank account? So, yes, obviously, I teach math, not English. Forgot the proof. How much did she originally put in the bank account? So, let's think about what was given to us. We were given an interest rate, 9%, we can make 0.09. We were told time, 5 years. We were told how much interest she earned, 1440. So what we don't know is how much did she originally put in the account, which would be P. How much she started as the principal. So we're missing everything except one thing. We can solve that out. We're missing everything except one thing. 1440 was I equals P, you don't know, times 0.09 times 5. So we are set up, we are ready to go. So just like we did to solve for T, multiply the two parts that we know. 0.09 times 5 is 0.45. And then divide both sides by 0.45. So 1440 divided by 0.45 is 3,200. So that means Melissa started this account with $3,200. That's how she was able to get $1,440 in interest. And that's it for that problem. So, whether you're finding P, T, or R, if one of them is missing, then you can find it. If you're just looking for interest, then it's a simple problem like 13. If you're looking for a total amount, you find the interest and then you add it to the original amount. So, simple interest isn't difficult. You just have to know what are you looking for, use the formula, and solve it out. That completes simple interest, and that completes our look at some of the applications involving percents. So if you have questions, make sure to ask them. Otherwise,